Hi, this is S Vijay Jagadeesh and this class is brought to you by Victor Growth Academy. In this class video, we are going to see how to prepare for geography for UPSC civil service exam, prelims and mains together. See, geography is a very important subject. There is almost 20% of question in the prelims. Almost in one paper, almost 50% of the question in the mains come from the geography. Okay, so you cannot ignore geography and still you can succeed in prelims or succeed in mains. Is not possible. Many of you may see that geography is an easy subject, but few of you may see that geography is not an easy subject. So here I am going to help you out how to prepare for the exam with respect to geography is concerned. We'll be creating the entire subject videos. All the entire syllabus of the geography will be covered in the videos. This particular video is about the introduction part, is overview. We are going to tell you how to prepare for the geography. See, the source for the geography, if you look at it, it's very simple. Okay, NCERT is there. NCERT, okay, that's a very foundation for the very good foundation for the geography, and also it is at the highest level. You can expect questions directly from the NCERT. So NCERT which you need to read is 6th standard NCERT is there, 7th standard, 8th standard you can skip for the time being. You can go to 9th standard, 10 again you skip it, then go to 11th standard. So very simple. 6th, 7th, 9th and 11th NCERTs are required. In addition to this, what you need is an atlas. Okay, because a lot of map based questions are coming, so you need to have a atlas also, because always they are asking the river and the position and the place they are asking, or they are asking what are the countries around the Mediterranean Sea, what are the countries around the Black Sea. This kind of questions coming. So map based questions are coming definitely, and you need a map atlas. Which is the best atlas? I would say there is a Orient Black Swan. Okay, Orient Black Swan Atlas is the best atlas. You can have one with you. Okay, and you should buy the latest one where the Jammu Kashmir is divided into two union territories. One is Jammu Kashmir, the other one is Ladakh. That kind of map you have to buy, atlas. You buy that. Then one more book you need to buy is Goching Leong. Okay, Goching Leong, very important book for the geography. So source wise we are clear. Okay, these are the sources. After having this book, how to start and where to start? Okay, start from the basics. Okay, start from the 6th standard onwards. Okay, then you go to 7th standard, then you go to 9th standard. Likewise, each of these you can carry on. Okay, because a strong foundation is always good to have a depth of the knowledge of the subject. So strong foundation starts with 6th standard. Then once you're done with the 9th standard, then before going to the NCERT on 11th standard, I will say that you go for Goching Leong and read that simultaneous 11th standard. There's a two books in 11th standard. One is India Physical Environment. The other one is Fundamentals of Physical Geography. So both book you will be reading it. In the Goching Leong, there is no any India specific components are not there. It is a completely world geography, but that is the basis to understand the Indian geography also. Now coming to this, which sub geography is more important? Geography, world geography is there, Indian geography is there. World geography is the basis that you have to read anyway, but the more number of questions will come from Indian geography. So 90% of the questions will come from Indian geography. So you have to emphasize more on Indian geography without compromising the world geography. Okay. Now what kind of questions come? Okay, let us see this 2019 question. 2019 there are simple questions, but still it was a tricky question. Okay, I'll tell you one example. There was a question about when the sun is on the 21st of June. Okay, now it's a simple question. Basically, they are talking about summer solstice. On summer solstice, the question says the question is asking like where what happens on that. There will be a sun over the equator. Sun will be over the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, or the sun will not be there on the Arctic Circle. So a very simple question. Even from a 6th standard itself, you can answer this question.
Says,
okay,
on 21st June,
the sun, okay, option A, does not set below the horizon of Arctic Circle, does not set below the horizon of Antarctic Circle, shines vertically over the equator, then shines vertically over the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, the question is on 21st June what happens? Okay, what is the position of the sun? Okay, it's actually very simple. If I straight away ask you what happens on 21st June, you can say yoga day, sir. It is on the sun is over the Tropic of Cancer. But look at the question has been asked little tricky. But still, if you properly observe all the options and you recollect the basics of the migration of the sun, then you can answer it easily. Okay, so 21st June what happens? 21st June the sun is exactly over Tropic of Cancer, that is over India. That means the sun sun will not be seen beyond 66.5. Okay, so if you see this, assume there's a globe. Okay, the globe is being actually segregated into different latitudes. The equator being the highest, the largest latitude, separates the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Then what happens? Then 23.5 in the northern hemisphere is Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 in the southern hemisphere is on Tropic of Capricorn. So this is the two position where the sun will be migrating between 21st June it will be on Tropic of Cancer, and then again it will be on 22nd September, it is on the equator, we call it as the equinox. Then we go to 22nd December when the sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn. Again it goes to the equator, which is the equinox. So we have 4 important dates you should understand. So all these places is important. Okay, on this particular day there's something happening on the earth. Okay, 21st June, when the sun is on the 21st June, the sun rays will not go beyond the Antarctic. Okay, the sun will be seen only in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so because of that you can know that there's a summer in the June in the northern hemisphere and it's a winter. Okay, and I'll tell you, like normally in southern hemisphere normally in northern hemisphere in India we celebrate Christmas during the winter season. But can you imagine that there are countries like Australia and South Africa and all, they celebrate their Christmas in the summer season. So that's how the seasons are created. So on 21st June, the question is very simple, but a lot of people have done wrong. A lot of my students have gone wrong because they thought in a different manner. But it is very simple question. The question is on 21st June where it goes. Okay, so on 21st June, which is in the northern hemisphere, the sun rays will not go beyond Antarctic Circle. Okay, that means you could have heard about 6 months of total night will be there in the Antarctic Circle during that period of time. Okay, and there will be completely the sun will be seen 6 months in the Arctic Circle beyond that. So this is the Earth. Okay, and so if you are in the poles, then you can always see the sun for that 6 months till the sun is reaching the equator. And when it goes further, okay, then Antarctic Circle will have continuously 6 months of day. That is how it has to be solved. And believe me, this has come from a very basic subject, very basic book, that is 6th standard book. If you read the 6th standard NCERT, this question you could have answered. Okay, then there's another question on the 2019 itself. Okay, what happens when the dew drops? Why are dew drops not formed on the cloudy night? Okay, in the cloudy night and the cloudless night, this has been a very favorite subject of the UPSC. Always this kind of question comes. For example, they'll be asking why it is sultry, you feel uncomfortable when it is clouds are there, or they'll ask you a question like when the cloudless night inversion of temperature happens. All these are different concepts. I'll be explaining it in another video. But here dew drops has to be formed, means you have to have a kind of temperature below the freezing point, and to have that you need to have a cold atmosphere, cold earth surface. But what happens when the clouds are there? It is something called terrestrial radiation, that sun rays are coming and is getting reflected back. Okay, so this terrestrial radiation, if it goes out, okay, then Earth can be a very cold planet. But what happens? We have greenhouse gases. The clouds itself, that means water vapor itself is a greenhouse gas. Okay, so it will trap them and they will send back. Okay, so the Earth surface cannot have a optimum temperature. It will be warmer than the normal. Thereby, the dew drops cannot be formed. Okay, so it's again a simple question. But I think many of you might have gone wrong. Okay, this is the third question is definitely this question is coming, and I'll tell you the other aspects where this question is coming. See, the rivers, okay, soil, okay, then you have got a national park. Okay, these are the certain potential areas where the questions are definitely coming. So rivers you cannot ignore. The basic book where you can read a river is our 11th standard NCERT. Okay, and then apart from that you also have to read Atlas as well. Okay, the question is they have asked certain places and the respective rivers. For example, Tiruchirappalli Kaveri is asked, Hampi Malprabha is asked, then Pandarpur Chandraprabha is asked. So Chandrabhaga is asked. So you need to really know this. I think this might have come in the current affairs, that is why they're asking this question. But it is not actually an easy question. It is actually a tough question. But still you can guess, because most of people from South India will know that Kaveri dispute is going on. So where this Kaveri is going, it's Tiruchirappalli. That is quite natural. The others you have to guess. But here I'll give you one trick. See, prelims has got a lot of questions which is having a option like you might have concluded that either A or B is the answer. Okay, But here what is required is you have to attempt this question either A or B. Don't leave this question because 50% chances is there to get this correct. Okay, and once you I'll tell you, like once you understand that Tiruchirappalli Kaveri is correct, then the option you have got is 2 is definitely correct, and the 1 and 3 cannot be the answer. So you have 3 options. So in this regard, you can go and attack this. You have a possibility of making it correct. Okay, the answer lies is Chandrabhaga. Okay, Chandrabhaga. We might have seen Chandrabhaga as a Chenab river is also known as Chandrabhaga, but here Chandrabhaga is also known as Bhima. Okay, one of the tributary of Tungabhadra. So it is in Padarpur. That statement is correct. Okay, 1 is correct, 2 is correct. Hampi Malprabha is wrong. Okay, so rivers you have to read completely. And where is the source? I told you, one is the India Physical Environment, and you can also go for Atlas. Okay. Okay, then one more question on the basis of rivers and glaciers are come. So rivers is definitely important. Soil is important. So where to read the soil? The soil you can read from the 11th standard NCERT. Okay, then national park, biodiversity, then biosphere reserves, then you got protected areas, then wildlife sanctuary. All these are again one of the important question. Where to read this? This is if I have told you on Atlas. The Atlas name is Orient Black Swan. In that there is one particular page where they go and all this national parks and that you have to read. Now, additionally, see, geography nowadays has come out of a conventional subject. Conventional means always you can read the book and you can make it all this correct. But now they are linking with the current affairs. So in the newspaper, any kind of news is coming where current affairs is linked with geography. I'll tell you an example. Gir forest, we had a canine disease. Okay, so that was one question on competitive exam by the UPSC I've seen. So current affairs also you have to read along with that. Solve all the questions. That means there is no any kind of, I will normally say from 2000 onwards you can read and solve all the geography question. But even if you have got any older questions, 1994 onwards also you can solve. So when you solve more and more questions, you can understand the theme in which the geography questions are asked by the UPSC. And some questions are, believe me, is coming directly from the old questions, or sometimes they'll recycle it. For example, Tiruchirappalli Kaveri, next time there may be a question Vaigai and the Madurai. Okay, that is also possible question. So the strategy for the geography will be the emphasis on the NCERT, then you do that Go Ching Leong, completely how to read that, don't leave any of this, that's a complete book. Then emphasis on physical geography rather than the economic or human geography. Current affairs you have to read. Certain aspect you have to read is, I forgot to tell you that tribes. Okay, definitely question come from the tribes. Recently you could have heard about Nallamala. There's a Nallamala range in Andhra Pradesh where there's a protest going on, okay, by the tribe that we don't want uranium mining here. Uranium mining is happening here, the tribe. So question can come, which tribe is that which is protesting? Okay, the answer is Chinchu. Chinchu tribe is protesting against the uranium mining there. Okay, so likewise, rivers I told you, soil I told you a national park, tribes, dams, okay, nuclear power plant, upcoming nuclear power plant, and then the different ports are, these are something of memory capsule. Okay, definitely you have to know where is it located. They may be giving a map and they'll ask you what is it. Okay, in the physical geography itself, you have got geomorphology, you have got oceanography. In oceanography, ocean currents are very important because ocean currents, they'll give you a map and they'll ask you which ocean current is this, or this is the cold ocean current or it's a warm ocean current. That is also a possible question. Okay, so this is how we have to prepare for the geography. In the next videos, I'll be telling you, I'll be going to the subject, I'll tell you each of the concept, latitude, longitude. I'll start from their basics and I'll go up to the plate tectonic theory, and I'll also explain the India's monsoon. All these topics are going to come. So please subscribe to our videos. You can click a bell icon there. Okay, and any doubts you got or you want any of the videos to be made from us, you can give a comment there. Thank you very much.